Hello my dear students, welcome to CR Digital Classes. Today we are going to discuss about features of C language. Now what do you mean by C and what are the important factors of your C? So what are the important features of C if you say that? What is a C? C is a middle level language where it is having the advantages of both low level and high level language. So on a broad way, if you can see, C is introduced or C was introduced to us by Dennis Ritchie in 1972. It is a general purpose language which is used for system programming, whereas in application development and in embedded systems, till now the DRDO and the people, they use this particular language because it is very difficult to crack the code for the intruders. Okay, now when we talking about the C language, what is a C here? C is to be as a general purpose and high level programming language. Now what do you mean by high level language? Now when you talk about high level language, it means the language is written in English and it is understood by the users, but the system understands only low level language. So what happens is, that is why taking in advantages of both low level and high level language, C is treated as a middle level language. C is treated as a middle level language where it incorporates the advantages of both the incorporates advantages of both the low level and high level language. Now what is the low level language advantages? It is very good whenever you are writing a language in the machine, it is very easy for the machine to understand. So here, because a compiler is there, it will easily interpret its particular code into the appropriate code which is being stated. Okay, now when you talk about the introduction to C here, okay, that was a fact, that is, it was introduced by Dennis Ritchie in 1972 at Bell Laboratories, because and it was widely came into picture because it is having it was accepted by everybody at that particular time, because it is easy to use, easy to learn and easy to understand. When you talk about the purpose of C was, it is that is why exactly it is used is, it is mostly used for the application development and it is mostly used for the system programming where you are designing the complex systems. Okay, now what are the features of C? C is, as I stated earlier, that is, C is very simple and it is very efficient. Next, it is portable, because whenever your underlying operating system might be anything, it can easily adjust to its underlying operating system. There are so many versions of the existing C language. It is having a rich set of libraries and it is very modular in nature, where it is incorporating the particular program with ease. Now again, when you talk about the speed and performance, the speed and performance, that is, it is speed because it is easily understood by the underlying operating system and the user understands it with the high level language. It is very easy to understand and the performance wise also it is very effective. When you talk about the structured programming, what is a structured programming is, structured programming means that is nothing but it is having a proper structure which it has to be followed by the user. If not, it will raise the errors to the user. Now what is DMA? DMA is nothing but dynamic memory allocations and the usage of the pointers, where it incorporates the, if the user is incorporating more about the memory at runtime also, it is easily adjusting to the memory allocations and it is helping the user with the pointers also. And again, it is widely extensible and it is open to extensibility. At the same time, it is also having recursion, also one of the important feature where it is executing with the functions. So first we'll look at the factors about the features of C. Okay, what is a C? Here C is a simple and efficient language because the syntax is very easy to learn, and because it is having high performance, it is efficient. At the same time, it is having low memory that is low level, it can directly provide the memory access, that is why it is efficient in its work, because underlying operating system also it is able to adjust to the particular operating system. So next, when you talk about the portability, what do you mean by the portability? Independent, being independent about the underlying operating system. When you talk about the underlying operating system, underlying operating, that is, even though any particular language which can adjust to the particular program, that is, it is very easy. Now what happens is, portability is similar, because my phone, if it is there, it can be portable from one place to the other. Similarly, the C programs can be portable and it can be executed provided you have the compiler within the system. So it is easy for the user to run because if it is enhancing the feature, because I'm able to carry it anywhere and I'm able to execute provided the compilers are loaded in the system. Okay, when we talk about the libraries, C is having rich set of libraries, and because there are rich set of libraries and each set of libraries has certain functions. Now each set of libraries has certain functions and they are rich, and C is also a rich set of operators. When you talk about the functions, there are n number of functions, that is input and output function, C type function, then again you have string based functions, then you have your math functions. They all belong to different header files or particular groups. When you talk about the modules, the programs are divided into certain modules and the code can be reusable for the better project management. Now next is fast execution, because C is very fast in executing and it is able to interpret the errors easily. Uh, for that reason, it is execution wise, it is very fast in nature. At the same time, it is maximally will use the memory and it is able to process the data very fastly. Next, when you talk about the structured programming, it follows a certain structure and this structure can be more enhanced by the functions, because as main is the first function, whatever the code you are writing, it has to be within the main. That is, if you're writing the code, that is main is the first function and the last one to be terminated. So whatever the statements you have to state it, it has to be given within the main. So, and one more thing here is it is having a maintainability and it can easily maintainable because it is having a proper structure and the organization of the code is easily handled by the functions which are declared within the functions, thereby promoting the readability and the debugging part can be easily done. Now, when you talk about the DMA functions are malloc, calloc, free, and reallocate. These are the supporting functions which are being given in order to go for the DMA options. At the same time, there is a pointer concept also where it will access the user. That is, it will directly have the access and manipulation to the memory. Now, next one is that is it is having a recursion point. That is, what is recursion? Is recursion is nothing but where the function will call itself until and unless it executes a particular task. Once it is done, it can be easily able to, once the task is given, it is able to execute easily. Next is whenever you talk about the extensibility, it is more it can be extended to other user defined functions also, because it is having the scope to include other user defined functions also. That is the reason we say it as user, that is it can be extended. Next, it is where exactly you are using it. We are using it sorting, searching, and the mathematical functions. Now these are the some of the important features. That is, C is a simple language to be used and it can be maximally used for the user defined functions. It is having the memory management, it is having the processor, it is able to handle the IO, it is highly extensible and it can be used further. Now these are the some of the important features of C. So if you like it, and subscribe with the CR Digital classes. Thank you.